Howdo and welcome back to Scrumpy's Ranch. Not so sunny Sunday today, but again, a time for another growing diary. So here we have it. We've had a little rearrangement of the plants recently, and we'll start here with our super bushy carrots. Really looking forward to this. Now, upon my research, apparently there should be some little nice salad carrots down in here. I just don't want to pick one because I don't want to waste one. I want to see how big they're going to get, so I'm not gonna try and pull one up yet, but I probably will do soon. We'll also see how many I can get out of this tiny space, because what have we got here? We've got 4, 3, and another 4. So that's 8 plus 6, 14. 14 carrots in something the size of a shopping basket, because it is a shopping basket. And over here we've got our parsnips and some more spring onions. Spring onions are going alright, they're all kind of level. A bit bare of spring onions up in the corner there though. Some of these parsnips are definitely doing better than the other ones. And the spring onions, I think, they look quite wiry, but I think they're supposed to look like this at the moment. Now, what I am proud of is this. This right here is my cucumber plant. Now, this had spent its life in the shed with a plastic roof, and I think it's gone berserk. It's gone absolutely mental. And I haven't seen a plant with leaves this big. I've seen a lot of cucumber plants on the internet during my research and such, but I have not actually seen one with leaves this big, so I don't know if it's doing something differently to other ones or not, but we've upgraded the size of the pot from the little round one it was in into one of these big tubs. Big tubs are good. These tubs you get £3 for one of these tubs in B&Q, and that's cheaper than plant pots, so I highly recommend just buying stuff like this if you're going to be doing any container growing. Now, this is a bit of a sad sight because I kind of made a video about this and kind of were trying to show people how to do it, but it turns out I'm not very good at it. I think my problem is I just left it outside instantly. I potted it all up, took it outside, left it outside, and I left it low down on the floor like this, and as you can see, there is damage to the leaves. There is discolouring to the leaves, and I'm not sure what happened. Maybe I've watered it too much, maybe not enough, but I'm not sure. But this is my first time doing all of this gardening stuff, so I'm learning as I go forward. I'm unsure about that. Got a strawberry runner there, I don't think that's going to work. No sign of life on the garlic yet. But this did flop down at one point, this little piece of rosemary here. This did flop down and it seems to have perked itself back up. So I've got a little feeling that may actually be rooting, and if that is so, that is the first thing I've ever rooted ever. I've tried loads of times in the past and I've never actually been able to do it. But hopefully, I'm praying that is actually going to start growing. That's going to be really cool if it does. And over here we have my original rosemary, which you could see in the previous video. And this is the thing that I've been trying to root in a couple of different ways. It's being rooted over there, and it's also being rooted in a jar, and I'll get round to that in a moment. That is the tree. Yes, the apple tree. This doesn't look like it's very healthy or having much of a good time. That leaf on the top's very shriveled, and I think I've left it out in the hot sun a bit too long, and it's struggling a bit. But I don't know, I'm just going to leave it, and I'm going to have a look and see if we can get it growing up. Get us a little tree on the go for next to the gate on Scrumpy's ranch. And if you recognise this pot, you'll know this is my terrible raspberry. So here it is. My terrible raspberry with its dyingness and its not very healthy lookingness. But there is, if it'll focus, new growth right on the top up here. So that means it is actually working and it is growing. So we're just going to leave that and see how it goes. And then we've got another little guy that was in the shed, and he's now outside ready to grow. It's my tomato plant. These are my cherry tomatoes. I took the seeds out of a cherry tomato and it's growing really well. I'm really looking forward to this one. It's got its stick in the back ready to be tied onto once it gets a little bit taller. Even though it's spent its entire life indoors, I've taken it right outside, stuck it straight outside. No acclimatizing it to the outside conditions from being in the shed. And it's just standing up strong. It's going well. This is my rosemary experiment with my watered down grass tea, and it hasn't worked. This is something I've been very proud of. My strawberry plants. I've got two different types of strawberry plants in here. Well, technically not two different types. They're actually the same type, but they're from two different places. Got one of them from B&Q. Well, two of these plants are from B&Q, and two of these plants are from Asda. Now, the Asda ones I've had the most fruit of. This B&Q one, which is looking a bit weak and a bit in comparison to the other ones, is producing some fruits. Some pretty tasty ones too. We've been eating these, they've been quite nice. And right here we've got one of the strawberry runners, which has come from one of the Asda plants. And I've just kind of pinned it down there just to help it gain some root, and then I'll get another strawberry plant because I've started building this. And this is going to be my strawberry plant up at the ranch. It's going to have obviously more levels of these going down, and then I'm going to have early season strawberries, ever bearing strawberries, and then I'm going to have some late season strawberries as well. So I can have strawberries over a very long period of time. And I've also got a couple of other things to show. Right here, this is an experiment. I only put these in there yesterday. But basically, I took some frozen peas out of the freezer, I defrosted them, I dried them out a little bit, and then I planted them in some dirt. Do I think they're gonna grow? No. Do I know they're not gonna grow? No. Therefore, there's only one way to find out, and that's to try. Now, over here, we have another experiment. I've got one of my propagators. This hasn't been in a video, unfortunately, yet. I collected some bell pepper seeds from a bell pepper, and I put them in here. No sign of life yet. These were maybe 4 days ago. Maybe 4 days ago I planted all of these. Now, we've got orange marigolds here, and the orange marigolds have ODD underneath because the seeds were found up among the allotment when we first got it. So I don't know if they're in date or out of date, but we're going to try them, and that's what the OOD is, out of date. So we've got some out of date orange marigold flower seeds here. We've got some out of date flower seeds, sunflower seeds. And if you look right here, we do have life, even though the seeds are out of date. So that's a good sign, but only in one of our plugs do we actually have a little seedling. Over here, we've got some poppies, and these I think could be out of date, or they're barely out of date, because these were also found on our allotment, and as you can see, no signs of life there either. Then we've got our sage, and these were out of date, and as you can see, once again, we have a tiny seedling of something. It could even be sage, but let's hope. But as I can see right now, there's only one, so don't think that these out of date seeds are going to be particularly reliable. Over here, we've got our creeping thyme, also out of date. Going along, let's look in the squares. No, doesn't look like there's any sign of life there either. But these can go back in the window, and we'll check on these again as the days go by, and hopefully we'll get some more growth. Right here in my other propagation station, this one is on a bit of a cooler window. I don't think it needed to get as hot because these are cauliflowers and cabbages. And these were planted on the 21st of the 6th. And as you can see already, there is some sort of signs of life. I don't know what that fluffy stuff is. I feel like it could be mold, and that makes me unhappy. But we've got one germination started there anyway in the cauliflower 1. Over here in cauliflower 2, as you can see right there, there's another seed just starting to come into its germination. Even though I think these are way too shallow. But again, my first time ever planting them, and it's not actually as easy as you think. Over here we have got our cabbage 1. Cabbage 1, no sign of life whatsoever so far. But over here on cabbage 2, again, we have that seed, but it's fluffy. I don't know what those fluffy things are. Get that focus, there we go. I'm not sure what that actually is. So if you know, please leave a comment down below and tell me what you think that is. Because I'm hoping that it's not mouldy because they're too shallow or it's too damp in here. But this is on a much cooler windowsill than the other one, so it doesn't get a wet top like this. It's got a dry top like this because it doesn't get as hot, because this only gets the morning sun before it moves behind the house, because I didn't want them to get too hot. But yeah, if anyone knows how I can improve my seed germination, I'd be very happy to know. So please leave a comment down below and let me know what you think I could do better to help these help these seeds germinate. Somehow I almost forgot my pride and joy, my blackcurrant bush. It is growing so well. It's got loads of new leaves on it, and it is really starting to get there now. But I just wanted to say one thing. There will be some more allotment videos coming up very soon. It's been a very hard and busy time for the family, made ever harder by that goddamn train that interrupts all of my videos here. But as I was saying, it has been a difficult time for the family, so an allotment hasn't been our highest priority at the moment, and we've had a lot of other stuff to deal with. But we have been working on it, just not making as much video footage of it, so that's why the videos have been quite slow. But there will be another one, allotment update this week, and I promise you there will be another one this week. But all in all, that is the end of another growing diary, and I hope you enjoyed it, and if you did, leave a little like, leave a subscribe, and I'll catch you in the next one.